All right, folks, coming up, how should you be positioned as we go into the end of the year and potentially a Santa Claus rally? We got two of the best to help guide you through. We'll be right back. So my next guest says that a key word for 2026 will be stability. Joining me now is Strategy Asset Managers, CEO, CCO, and Managing Partner Thomas Hulick. All right, Thomas, let's talk about this stability. I guess after this year, almost anything will feel stable, but what gets us that stability?
Well, we've got some tailwinds in our viewpoint ahead. We think that the Federal Reserve will continue to cut rates. We've got a pro-growth policy with the administration. We also see earnings growth expanding in 2026. So we think there's a positive market outlook, and we think that it's going to be a little bit more stable.
And I like that you mentioned this power demands, right? Because on one hand, it's taking on sort of a negative political connotation. You know, I've got some cities who don't want data centers, but we know we've got to have them. We know if we want to be able to compete as a nation and individual companies, but the opportunities there just seems just phenomenal.
It is. You know, the United States has the most complex energy grid in the world. It's talked about a lot at the Hoover Institution. We participate with that. But if you think about energy efficiency, the next generation of AI, potentially chips can have a better result in helping to have the energy companies become more efficient at transferring energy into these substations and then the power grid expanding into data centers, for example.
I love the all-of-above strategy here. I want to ask you before we get into any sectors and stocks, the consumer, right? Because we say the consumer as if it's one person, right? But we know that it's not. And we do know that, okay, the top 10%, some say doing 50% in buying. I've seen an estimate that said 60%. How sustainable is this? I know from a market perspective, maybe you don't care who's doing the buying as long as it comes to the bottom line, but is this sustainable over the next year or so?
Well, the consumer has been, consumer sentiment has been very negative over the last year. We think that we're in kind of a K-shape recovery right now, but those that are doing well are let's just say the large ticket item owners, and then the consumer that is not doing well are just the people living paycheck to paycheck. I do think that consumer sentiment is at its lowest point at this point, and it's going to improve in 2026.
As the economy improves.
As the economy improves.
Yeah, it's probably be a big time with wages as well. Let's talk about some opportunities. You like Disney here.
We do.
Okay, Disney has been something, we've been waiting for Disney to come around for a long time. Why is now the time?
So we've got a buy rating on Disney. As an active manager, we like Disney. I actually was at Disney World this last weekend. Got a chance to experience the park at a different level with the Magic Kingdom. I know that Bob Iger wants to go out with a bang. We see double-digit earnings growth in 2026 and 2027. We think that the partnership with OpenAI is very good. They've got a 16 PE right now. We like Disney quite a bit.
Stock is extremely cheap. You just the spark, right? It was supposed to take off after COVID. It was supposed to take off so many times. This is interesting because you like Broadcom. I just want to remind folks, it was the darling of all darlings, right? It really has superseded everything. Maybe in the Google, because the Google versus OpenAI thing. Then they had this earnings report. It hasn't stopped going down since the earnings report. But let's talk about some of the reasons you think maybe this is a chance to buy on weakness. The monetization of AI.
So we're a big fan of Broadcom. We've owned Broadcom for a while for our clients. We do think that the application-specific integrated circuit chips are just specific chips to create a more specific, I shouldn't use that word too many times, but a better pathway for energy transfer and chips. We love Broadcom. We think that they're going to have an earnings expansion. And although there was transparency with the CFO in the latest call, we're going to overlook that and just be positive. Okay,
and this, of course, talk about Lilly. It feels like it's won, at least for now. For a moment, it was a sort of tug of war with Novo. Feels like they've beaten Novo, and now everyone's waiting for more things to come from this. But you're really a major advocate of health anyway.
We are. We look at Lilly as a leader in the triple agonist drugs. That's the next generation beyond the GLP drugs. One of the most beneficial sides to this is that Lilly has a drug called retatrutide. Phase 3 trials right now, decreases your weight loss, but it also does
without
not
muscle loss.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, without muscle loss. Correct.
Yeah, and of course, you for society, improve productivity for everyone.
Right.
Expanding benefits. I mean, this is sort of. this is not just an individual stock that should do well, but this is something that society at large benefits.
Yeah, I think so. We look further out. We're trying to avoid like the Coca-Colas and the McDonald's for right now as they kind of reconfigure into a healthier society. Weight loss is important for a lot of people. 40% of the United States is considered obese. Lilly's going to be at the forefront of that and helping everybody out to become healthier and live a longer life.
Thomas, great stuff.
Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right.